And hello again. Right, this video is a step from the norm. I thought we'd do something different. Basically, I'm uploading video number, I think it's number 23 at the moment. It's only a short one, but it still takes hours to upload, which means I can't play multiplayer while it's uploading. My ping will be ridiculous. But I thought we'd do something different, something fun, for a change. So what we're going to do is this. The first thing we're going to do is save, and you'll see why in a minute. Let's just save this, and we're going to call this new save. So there we go, saved. Now this is what we're going to do. First thing, we're going to need some money, because you'll see why. At the moment we've got 722,000, but I have a few drivers. Not many, not a vast amount. I've got 4 drivers. But watch this. I need money, right? So what you do is you go to your company manager, then garage manager, and I currently I think I'm in that place I can't pronounce, which is whatever. Anyway, let's flick to the world map so you can see where I am. I am here, Ulstersen, something like this. I can't pronounce it, doesn't really matter. And what we do is this: you go to company manager, you then go to garage manager, and you pick a location somewhere miles away, okay, like Aberdeen. Then you quick travel. And watch what happens. This is in single player mode. Okay, and travelled here, and now we have 786,000. And we didn't do anything, because in the time it took us to go from A to B, all our truck drivers earned cash. This is with 4 drivers. Imagine what would happen if you'd got 15 drivers. You don't need 15 drivers. All you need to do is this a couple of times. So I've been to Aberdeen. Let's now leap, say, to Budapest. There we go. Leapy leapy. And we now have 879,000. Let's do it again, and you will see why we need the money in a minute. So company manager, garage manager. Let's jump back to Aberdeen. Quick travel. Yes. $975,000. This isn't cheating. This isn't a hack. It's not some hex coder skill. This is just pure logic. If it takes 4 days to get from A to B, then all your truck drivers will obviously work during that time. So now we are in Aberdeen. We do it again, and we jump back to Budapest. Okay, quick travel. Okay, and now 1,048,000. We haven't done anything. Now it will work with 2 garages as easy as it will work with 15. You're only jumping between 2 places. The trick is to make sure they're far apart. If they're at other ends of the map, the longer it will take. Obviously, the more drivers you've got, the more money you will earn. But a very small, easy way of earning Uber cash. Now, the reason for all this faff and hassle, because probably I will end up going back to the save point. I just wanted to do something a bit different for a change. I'm going to jump down to München and visit selected dealer, Munich. And in Munich, we've got something different for a change, just to change it up. Dun 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 dun. Yes, yes, give it to me, baby. The Kenworth W900B long, the ARI Legacy Sleeper. So let us customize the configuration. I don't suppose we're going to get much with this. You can zoom in, zoom out. Can we spin? Yes, we can spin. Yes, it's a big truck. Although I am slightly concerned why the exhaust is coming from underneath when obviously we've got tailpipes going out the top, which kind of makes little sense, but anyway. So the cab, obviously no change there. The chassis, can't change anything on that at all, obviously, again. Then the engine. Now currently we've got a 380 horsepower engine. This is a big cab. It will probably take 300 horsepower just to push this thing up the hill on its own. So let's just say, what the hell, we're doing this for fun rather than anything else. So let's take this one. Okay, let's put a big engine in it. Right, let's do that. Yeah, that we want to go. So that can go. Right, the gearbox. Let's go for an 18 gear with retarder. Okay. Now the interior, we don't really have much say on the interior. As you can see, it is fairly well equipped. There's no way to zoom in, so I can't really show you much more than is already here. But as you can see, it is extremely well detailed. Once we're done with the purchasing, I'll run over it better. Then we've got the colour schemes. I don't think, obviously, the packs which you buy will work with this. I'm pretty certain not. And it's really a question of pick which colour you prefer. I think that looks a bit Knight Rider-ish, doesn't it? Yeah, no. Okay, colours aren't quite doing what they're supposed to do, but I think we'll let that off. And Royal Grey. Okay. It's a question of personal taste. I think we shall go for that one. Shall we go for that one, or do you think that one? I think that one. Let's just do it. Okay. Right. Accessories. Okay, let's have a look. So down at the step, sleeper panels. Okay. Come on then. Why not? If I click the C changes, basically it saves them, so I don't forget. Right, the wheels. What do we have in the way of wheels? Oh, we've still got the same Goodyear. So let's put those on. At the back, let's put our Goodyears on as well. Okay. And same here. Okay, save changes. Right, got a little angry face on the back there. Angry guy. Right, what else can we change on this? So we've also got now front valance, American Eagle. Well, you may call it American Eagle. I call it big solid lump of metal. Standard bumper, that makes it look like a railway car. Texas roll end, complete with a Texas sticker on the front of it. Well, I'll give them extra marks to that, although it doesn't have many fixture points. And then the Texas roll end, which is what it came with. Decisions. American Eagle just looks like a big block of metal. That looks like a railway train, so it's that one. Just to increase the number of lights in case we didn't have enough already. Or that one. I think that one actually looks the best, don't you? Because that just overkill. How many lights do you need at the front? It looks like a mobile disco. That one. Okay. Now, tyres we've done. That's done. What else do we have? This, the air breather, no doubt. Air cleaner standard. Not really an option. It's all we've got. Wing mirrors again. What do we have here? Quarter fenders, chrome, half fender. Oh, this is a back. Okay. Let's see the wheel coverings. So, yeah, it's this bit here. So we can go for the half fender or the full fenders. I think the full fenders look best. Some people may disagree, but I think the full fenders work best. It'd certainly reduce the amount of spray off the wheels. So that one. What's over here? This. The wings. That just looks stupid. No, I'm sorry. It might work, it might be fuel efficient, but I just think it looks like dicky. You might as well put a satellite dish on the top. Right, what's this one? Oh, that's better. An air conditioning unit. Oh, that's better. Ooh. So let's save that. Now what are these then? accessory pack. So we can get little coloured lights on our air conditioner unit. Go on then, because everywhere else has got them all over the place, so why not? So now we've got little lights on our air conditioner. Geez, what's this here? Oh, that's the wing again. Oh dear, no. This bit, roof accessory, a horn. Yeah, kind of useful. Save changes. And what is this? Okay. Well, more lights, just in case we didn't have enough already. Yeah, let's go for a couple of lights. Why not? Save changes. And are we done? I think that's about it. I'm not seeing much else. Oh, what's that down there? Oh, it's done already. Yeah, I don't see much else to really change. So I think we'll go with that. Oh, what's this? A front mirror. What do you think? Does that look a bit dorky or not? Well, the question is, do you need them? It's not a question, does it look stupid? The question is, do you actually need them when you're driving? Well, let's put them there, because they kind of count as ankle weights here. Finally, what we've got here. Bug Shield 1 or Bug Shield 2? I'm going to go for Bug Shield 1. Looks about best. And this here. Okay. Rubber duck. Got to be the rubber duck. Save changes. And then here, the accessories on the inside is already pretty much done. Yeah, I'm hoping there's much more that we can choose that we don't already have already. This thing is pretty covered, isn't it? Yeah, it's all there. Right, confirm. So the total cost 152,000. Not cheap. So purchase. Actually, it is cheap compared to some of the others. Right, where do we want to start? It doesn't really matter. Let's go to Hanover. Okay. Right, so the old one's gone to Hanover and we're here. Ooh. Sexy. Sexy. Oh, what's right about the colour? Oh, that says me. That looks a bit naff, but it looks nice, doesn't it? Oh yes. It's that guy cross-eyed. Nice truck. I wonder what sort of miles per gallon you get on this. Should we not ask? Okay. Right. Now, if you haven't seen this already, shame on you, but lovely truck. You are not forgotten. POW MIA. And there we go. Funky. The Kenworth. Isn't it funky? I like that. Oh, it gets better though. I'm sure you've seen this before. If you haven't, you're in for a treat. So then we've got the interior. So obviously there is a blank spot. What it is, I don't know. Could be a DVD player, could be anything. Obviously we're cheap and we haven't filled it in. But there we've got our CB player. So breaker 19, rubber duck and so forth. And there in the middle of the screen right now we've got FM 105.1. Then here we've got all our switch gear, pedals and knobs and all the stuff to make it look good. And then obviously the three important pedals, the go button, the brake button and the clutch. Although I'm not certain if these ones actually have a clutch or whether it's an emergency brake, but we'll find out soon enough. The gear stick and then all the switch gear and controls. And this is where it gets funky. With cup holders. Only 2? Truck this size, you'd think you'd have more. Well, it does. So we spin round a little bit, and what do you know? We can go in the cab. Isn't this great? Yeah. So there's our little table. Monster drinks on the thing. Is that a quart of oil next to it? Pack of CDRs. CDRs? Yes, pack of CDRs. A Sony Avio laptop there. What else do we got? Picture of Kenworth. Leather jacket, padded ceiling. very 70s American padding ceiling. I'm not really keen on that. It's a bit, yeah. Air conditioning unit, very useful indeed. Isn't this great though? Seriously, you could just kind of live in this, just not do any trips. Microwave, cabinet, great little sofa bed thing, and yeah, little. This is very well modelled. I mean, look, they've even put curtains on the windows. That's how much attention to detail has gone into this. What else have we got here? A little reading light above the window. Again, curtains over the windows. Little pull-down tab. So whoever's done this, how off do you, mate? You've done a brilliant job. Fridge, obviously, and yeah, it's even, look, it's even got all the little USB lights everywhere, LED lights. So yeah, what an awesome truck. But it gets better. We haven't finished yet. So not only do we have a truck which is like humongous, okay, I mean it is massive, but on top of that I've got a trailer mod to do. Oh my god, the steering circle on this, the turning circle, is ginormous. Obviously this vehicle is so long, it's got the steering circle of the Queen Elizabeth. I mean, it is massive. There we go. Right, so there's our truck. All sexy and funky. Do we dare even go up further? Yes, there we go. Right, it is a beast. But let's go and find a job. And I've got just a job for us. Have a look at this. Freight market. Dum bum bum bum. So we're here, which is just typical. Nom. So let's go Innsbruck. And none around there. Let's go to Salzburg. Nope. Nope. How about Nuremberg? Nope. Nope. Stuttgart? Nope. Yes. Right. 19 hours to get to Stuttgart to go and pick up this trailer. Again, this trip, forget making money off it, not going to happen. By the time we've done all this, the unfortunate thing, the unfortunate thing, and the big unfortunate thing, is that you can't use any of this in multiplayer. Oops, crashing before we can get out of here. Not only can you not use any of this in multiplayer, which is a tedious pain. Can we even look out the window in this? Hold on. Are we that big we can't look out the window? That could be a real problem in real life, you think. Okay, let me out. You don't have a choice. I'm that big, I'm going to block the entire road and then some. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine driving this. I think it's not often I'll use a word like this, but I think this is the correct term. Behemoth. It is an absolute behemoth. Yeah. Oops. Let's just avoid the damage to the truck, because I'm sure that we're going to pick up quite a bit. Now the other thing, obviously, about a truck this size is it needs treating with a little bit of respect. It is damn huge, and then some. So I'll try not to drive this as though it's a sports car. It would kind of defeat the object. The other thing I noticed then is that the front suspension, I don't think that's entirely realistic, because when we braked, the front suspension then, whoa, dived like an Olympic swimming pool, like an Olympic contender at a swimming convention. The front suspension, I think, would normally be a little bit stiffer. So let us go now and pick up this job. It's 189 kilometers away, but we've got 19 hours to get there, and even driving this behemoth, which barely, and I do mean barely, fits in the road. I mean, if you look at my left-hand window mirror, we're just touching the white curb. On the other side, we've got whoa, whoa! I'm on full lock. Okay, this is going to be one of those jobs where you kind of drive it in the middle and block both lanes. Now, it's let's not drive like the wife does. So, Oh, this is going to be... Oh, no. These things are evil. You know when the two barriers get closer and closer and closer, and it's kind of really difficult to fit? It's bad enough in a normal truck. This is just going to be fun. Slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay. Yeah, this is not made for fast manoeuvring. You couldn't use this on a rally course. Good God, I'm on full lock again. I see that. Look, I'm on full lock. Ouch. Oops, oops, oops. Want me. Our wing mirror is particularly useless. Alright, we are going to have to completely... I can see on the inside. We're going to have to completely change our driving habits for this, because this is not a normal load. Look. That's out. Let's zoom out when we can't. That's how much space we take up on the road. We're huge. We are a bus in truck form. Right. And if you think this is bad, just wait till they get the trailer I've gone for. So, let's get into that lane. I can see the white car on the middle lane, giving me plenty of room, and I don't blame you. I would give me plenty of room too. Right, I think the way to do this is aim the duck for the middle of the road. There's a little duck sat on the front of a bonnet, a rubber duck. Having said that, as classy as it is for Smokey and the Bandit, do I really want to be looking up a duck's ass for miles on end? Don't know, but I've seen worse things at night, specifically on a Friday night after a few beers, but that's definitely another story. Right, okay, let's get into this lane, make sure no one's there. 160 kilometres to go. Which job should still be available when we get there. Yeah, this thing is a tank. The only thing this thing is missing is a camo green paint job and a turret, and it's about as it's actually less manoeuvrable than a tank. I think if you were driving a tank, you'd take up less space and be able to turn faster, and certainly people will give you a hell of a lot more room. But yeah, here we go. Right, we're doing 80 and 80. Let's get it up to speed, lock it on. There we go. Yeah, this thing is ginormous. Thank God we started with a fuel tank of fuel. Can we see? Oh my God, I'm concentrating on the there we go. Somebody passed me a set of glasses. What is our range? I cannot see the range. It's either 8,800 and something, or I can't see that. Not only do I need reading glasses to read that fuel range, I need an electron microscope. That is tiny. Have we got a fuel gauge somewhere on this thing? I really need to find the fuel gauge, because there's no way in hell I can read that. And my eyesight is not what it used to be. But just above the rev counter is the fuel. And I can't see what the hell it's telling me. I think it says 8,800 kilometre range. And we've got 1,800 litres in the tank. That kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. Because we've got no trailer. And therefore, we've got a huge engine, but no weight, no mass. So, our fuel consumption won't be very much. Because, yeah, we're a huge truck, but not as huge as a 25-ton trailer on the back. So, I can kind of understand that it would give us an 8,000 kilometre range for fuel. That kind of makes sense, if only because we've got no trailer. But I don't think that's realistic. I think if I had the fuel realism turned on, I think you'd probably find the range is about 1,500 kilometres, even with no trailer on the back, on a full tank of fuel. You know, let's face it, these things were not made to sip fuel, were they? Okay. Oh, just what I need, a steep hill. Just do that. It's a freaking roller coaster. Here we go. Oh God, hold on to your hats. One of the things I was thinking of doing, is using the trucks in future, but with air brakes. At the moment, I've got that feature turned off, but I'm in two minds, and you can work out why yourselves. Because the thing about having such a braking system is it needs to recharge. Now normally with a clutch you would do engine braking to slow the truck down, but I can't do that because I'm on a keyboard. I've got no clutch pedal. So engine braking is kind of awkward, and again, to increase your brake pressure you would hold your clutch down or put it in neutral and rev it. I can't do that again. So the last thing I want to do is flick into full realism for the brakes, go down a hill like this, and then suddenly find halfway down my brakes go that wouldn't have happened in real life, because then it's not realism, is it? The whole point of realism is to be real. Now I don't know, we need to test this out. Obviously if I had a set of pedals and a steering wheel, life would be completely different. I can drive a car, hell I can even drive a truck, but not without a steering, not without pedals and a steering wheel I can't. Not properly, anyway, let's put it that way, because obviously you need the clutch and the brake. These things kind of come important, especially a gear stick, huh? So yeah, and even a steering wheel, because this thing using a keyboard is just not pretty, guys, really. You know, I mean, yes, you can use a keyboard to play this game, and a lot of us do, and I've done it myself. Christ, I've done 100,000 kilometers in this game using a keyboard. But as you can tell, all the time it's tappity tappity tappity, as I'm going from left to right to left to right to left to right. It's not very nice. But, a keyboard is functional. It does the job, but obviously a steering wheel and pedals would do a lot better. But there we go. Right, nice if we can actually tune the CB in. Again, these videos are all kind of weird. If you're playing the game yourself and you've got the radio on, it's great. Time passes and you can kind of put yourself in the zone. For me, I can't do that at the moment because YouTube's licensing laws on music use is somewhat draconian, to put it mildly, and certainly with GEMA in Germany, you put any music on, any music at all, and GEMA will literally strip your video straight out of Germany, and then you've got to appeal it and say you own the rights to the music. It's all very complicated, and it's done to protect the artists, I get that, but it's really convoluted and complicated for everybody that just wants to put a piece of music on a video. So the simple fact is, if you want to put video on YouTube and want to have it there for a long time with no problems at all, don't put any music on it unless you've written your music yourself, and even then expect a few problems. But if you want a problem I'm talking Chinese, you want problem-free life, you want a problem-free life, don't put music on your videos. That's the most simple answer I can give you. You can put music on your videos if you know how to do it, and it's the right type of music, and you've got the licensing thing. Otherwise, you're just playing with fire. Oh, and by the way, I used to do this for a living, kind of. I used to work in music, and we used to take down hundreds of music channels, videos that had music in them without the artist's permission, and I do mean hundreds of thousands. Now, you may or may not be aware, but if you have, slow down, damn thing, if you have a video channel that has 3 warnings for having somebody else's music in it, then YouTube will delete your account. Yeah, I kid you not. If, oh, you son of a, I was hoping to get through the lights. I'm going to stop here because I've got a feeling, where's my video get taken down, that I'm going to need to swing wide. Looking at the length of this truck, which is almost as long as that trailer, and certainly almost as long as that coach, I've got a feeling that I'm going to need to swing into the left lane and then swing around. So the reason why I've done this, it's left myself a bit of room, is so I can go over here and then over here, because, as I say, the turning circle on this is bestial. Look, it is ginormous. turn that. So, without taking it wide, or as some people may say on the forums, a lazy man's turn. Without doing a lazy man's turn, there is no way you're getting around that corner. And obviously, I'm on the single player server, and with the best will in the world, SCS software, the AI traffic ain't that great. It's not exactly clever enough to realise that you're driving the equivalent of a bus, and it needs to back up to let you out of a junction. It doesn't do that. It just sits there looking at you like, yeah, what? Right, we're here. Why are we here? What is the meaning of life, universe, and everything? Is it 42, or is it for this? This. Dun bum bum. I did that quickly, so that I can show you the glory that is the trailer we're about to pick up, all in its own gloriness. Oh God, I'm facing the wrong way. But there's the trailer we're going to pick up. Wow! Look at that beauty. Isn't that beauty trailer? Eh? The Wassau. Can't read that. Let's spin round, see if we can read it. Not really. Schwer's last logistic. Terma blah blah blah. Right, what we need to do right now is turn our behemoth of a truck around. And I think we need to go all the way. Woo! Because once we are in, down at the end of the yard, down there, we are not turning this thing around. It's not happening. So, we are going all the way up here. Look how long it takes to turn. Jeez. Right, we're going to go all the way up here. Just so we can turn this thing around and literally, as an ex-girlfriend like to do, going backwards. Right. So let's go this way. Slow down, slow down. It's the first time I've driven this truck. I'm still kind of semi in the mode of driving the old one, the DAF. But, I would be daft to do so. Oh, pardon the pun. But yes, we have a Wassau. Not a WhatsApp, a Wassau. So here is our Wassau. Can we even hook it this time around, do you think? Whoa, huge thing, almost. Alright, so let's cause some facing the wrong way now. Right, Wassau, Wassau, Wassau. Okay, Wassau. I don't know where we're going at this trip, it's more of a... I still can't pick it up. Oh, you son of a... There we go. Quick, grab it before it changes its mind. Right, this is going to be fun. Right, now what we need to do is, I'm looking at the in-game time. It's always oh, turn the corner, you son of a... Right, it always appears to be night time whenever I do any journeys in this bloody game. It's all about server time. Actually, I could sleep, couldn't I? If it gets dark, because I'm in single player mode, I could actually sleep. Right, let's now stop and run away. It's like, oh my God, I can't play it. Right, there's our truck. Whoa, check out the bloom on that white. Probably not the best thing to pick. Yeah, that's quite a truck, isn't it? It's quite a Uber ride you've got there, boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just have a look. I'm just trying to pick it, see if we've got a great view. That one, yeah, marvellous. Right, no, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. 5. Great, passenger. Oh, yeah, you've got a passenger view. Or maybe it's not a passenger view in other trucks, but because this one's so big, you don't have a choice. I never knew you got passenger view. But how do you steer? Right, 6, 7. Can we move the camera? No. Okay. Turn the indicator off at least. Okay. Right. I have to go down to view 2. What do I want to do? Ah, idiot. I'm having a brain fart moment, excuse me. Is go to Photo Studio. Photo mode. And I want to take a photograph. Now, the reason I want to take a photograph is so I can stick it on the video to make it look really nice. Wow, that bloom on the trailer. The bloom is basically where you see a piece of white and then it glows. There's just so much glow it sort of irradiates. Right, oh, that's better. All of a sudden it's gone a bit darker, but we can turn the bloom down a little bit. So let's go to what do you reckon? Down a little bit. Up a little bit, I think. About that. I think down a touch. Ooh, down. About there. What about there? Let's get it in the script. There we go. Let's do that. Right, can we turn down the saturation a little bit? No, have we? Okay, colour balance. Cyan? No. That's it. Right, field of view? No. Let's go there. Focusing plane. Yeah, about. Let's make the background trees a little bit blurry like that. Blur depth. Not seeing much difference really. Let's get any difference than that. Blur strength. Okay, it's getting a bit sharper there. I think that's about right. Okay, I think that's good. Capture screenshot. Here we go. Woohoo! Right, we've now got a screenshot. That screenshot I'll use on the video. Right, let's get driving. So we've got. Let's have a look at the job. 26 hours. We need to do 766 kilometres. Oh God help us. And what? How badly damaged is the truck so far? 8%. Right. Okay. Look, you don't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone. Let's get some lights on. In fact, while we're at it, F4. So we got parking light, low beam, high beam, front, roof. In other words, everything on. And then turn the K button to turn them off. So we're just on normal lights. Okay. Right. Parking brake off. Right. Now fuel consumption now. Of course, is now hidden by the bloody steering wheel, which is typical. You know. Whoa! Check out that steering. Check out those slowly steering. Yeah, blimey. Right. Anything coming? Oh, at least I can actually see out the window for once. Basically, hold on. It is fair to say that this truck, you need satellite navigation. And by that, I mean you need somebody looking out of a satellite to tell you when the road's clear, because you ain't got a cat and horse chance of seeing. In fact, some of the trucks are so bad you need satellite navigation so you can look back and look out the sunroof and sort of turn left at the next star, because you've got no chance of looking out the window. Right. Okay, I'm going to put it in cruise control at 40, just so I don't have to keep pressing the forward button, because obviously we're not going to be zooming up this hill anytime soon. And, Q-Roan, what's the word? Kate Bush, running up that hill, duet with the guy out of what's the name of it? Doesn't matter. It'll come back to me in a minute. But Kate Bush did a song that was running up that hill, but there's a great cover by the guy from the 80s group, and I can't remember it now. It's in my record collection, but maybe I'll play it on air on Euro Truck Radio one day. Maybe tomorrow, if the wife's at work and I can. Okay. It will just pop in my brain at some point. Okay. Right, we are going to somewhere that's 756 kilometres away. I don't actually know. I'm going to be very careful with the turning on this vehicle. Or as the Americans would say, vehicle. I don't know why they say that. They always seem to double pronounce the H. The vehicle. Although in the rest of Europe the H is silent, so it's just vehicle. Right. Okay, let's get into the middle lane. This thing is a bit of a boat, to put it mildly. Let's just cruise it. Let's just drop it at 43 kilometres an hour and just cruise this thing. It's not made for rushing around. Right, button 2. Yeah, that's how big we are. We are ginormous. And yes, we've got a big crane. I don't know if we will actually fit through the tunnels. That's going to be quite embarrassing. It's like, yeah, great, look at this, I've got a great new video for you, it's brilliant, watch, crunch, oops. Yeah, that would kind of bugger it a bit. But, right. Okay, I've put the cruise control on at the moment. There's no point in even trying to hustle this baby along. It's got its own speed. It's a bit like a fuel tanker. Once it's up to speed, it just goes in a straight line. You try stopping it, you got no chance. Right, fuel. According to that, we've got. It's very difficult to read even for me, and I'm 5,000 kilometre range. I really can't tell. I'm just gonna have to drive this thing, and so I get ping pong telling me to get some more fuel. Okay. Yeah. On the where the steering wheel is, you've got two dials. On the left-hand one is the rev counter. The right-hand one is the speedometer, which is in miles per hour and kilometres per hour, correctly. And then above that, you've got two boxes. One in yellow is the display for fuel and temperature and so forth. That one tells me my fuel use per kilometre, how many litres per kilometre. That one explains the gear I'm in. That one tells me the auto cruise control speed it's set at. That one tells me that we've got 1,757 litres and 5,884 kilometres range, and we've done 247 kilometres so far. Right. Okay. And then on the right hand side it tells me my headlight settings, which is currently on, main beam on, but dipped. Right. Because if it was on highs, it would go blue like that. Okay. Right. Let's see what's coming. There's nothing to overtake me in the such thing's got life of its own, man. I swear. Where are we coming? Let's go to this line, but I've got a horrible feeling that within 30 seconds we'll probably need to pull over again. This is one of these trucks where you kind of need to stop every half hour and kind of get out and virtually have a cigarette and just calm your nerves. It is. Driving one of these, if even such a thing does exist in real life, must be a freaking nightmare on your nerves. I mean, if you were driving A to B across America just in one long straight line, I could go for this truck quite happily. But the second you take it into any town centre, can you imagine driving this around the centre of New York or around Los Angeles or even around London or Frankfurt? You'd never do it. So I could quite easily imagine driving a truck like this on a very long journey. I'd have no problem at all doing that. But I think what I'd do is I'd kind of unhitch the trailer when I got very close to where I was going to, and kind of use this, to use a spaceship term, as a deep space tugboat. In other words, I'd just use this truck to take things from A to B, but then use slightly smaller rigs like the Scanias or Volvos just to park it up. Because I think reversing this in a tight space is going to be just, you're going to pull your hair out. I can't see that being a pleasant experience at all. Trying to park this thing. You know how small some of the parking spaces are in Euro Truck Simulator. Just tiny, minute amount of space to work with. Well, this plus this trailer on the back is just nah. I mean, come on, really. Right, let's hope we don't hit the top of this roof of this tunnel, because if we have to turn around, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Houston, we've got a problem. No, I think we should just fit underneath it, but not by much. Right, if we could turn a little flashing hose on. I don't really find they do much really to help the game, other than cause a little bit of epilepsy. So let's keep them off. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not speeding. I think, simulator aside, if this was a real truck and I was a real truck driver and I was really driving this load, I think I'd be driving like this. I don't think I'd be doing 80 kilometers an hour at all. I think I would be going slow and steady and giving as much room to people as possible. I don't see this as being a quick truck by any means. It's a mile eater for sure. It's one of these trucks that you can just get in and drive 2,000 kilometers non-stop and not even blink. But at the same time, I also think it's one of those trucks that you just don't push. It's just too big. It's bloatware. Oh god, it's huge. Yeah. Oh, look at the state of that. I'm all over the place. I'm typically all over the place, but I'm just more so at the moment. And it doesn't help that the turning circle on this truck is larger than the curves on the motorway. So when the motorway curves, I go full lock and it still doesn't do it. It's like, hello. Yeah, it's all fun. Maybe a steering wheel might help with this one, but doing it with the keyboard is just, that's painful. Let's put it that way. Right, now if it goes dark, how long have we got? 635 kilometers. If it goes dark, and if we've got time in the budget to deliver this, because you know how these things are, sometimes you're doing a load and you've got 10 minutes left, and other times it gives you 4 weeks. If we've got time, then I may well pull over and sleep, just to fast forward the clock on so we're not driving at night, because well, I don't know, I might drive for a little bit at night just so you can see the dashboard all lit up. I should be in the middle lane at this point. What's that car zooming in there? Whoa, there we go, right. Okay. Yeah, this is quite a piece of work. You need to keep your eye on the road at all times with this. And definitely, I think this truck is more suited to American trucks, because they've got slightly wider roads. Not for European roads. European roads, where I live in Spain, are so tiny you can barely get a push bike down them, let alone a truck this size. Okay. I don't know what these dials do. There's lots of switch gears. I mean, is it modelled on a real truck? I guess it is, but why so many dials? And how many battery indicators do you actually need? I don't know. Maybe it's brakes. Right, how are we doing? We're doing 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers an hour, 600 kilometers to go. How long have we got time-wise? We've got 23 hours, plenty of time. Fuel, 4,800. Yeah, fuel's dropping. The fuel range is dropping a lot faster than I thought it would. It's probably recalculating, and by the time I get to the next petrol station, it'll say you've got 10 kilometers left. Right, do we move over lanes? We should. On there. I hope not, because they're going to get squished. Right. Okay. I wonder. You know, in the films, they've always got that piece of string above the driver's head that they pull for the big horn. I don't see it. No, I'm talking about, it looks like a tugboat horn, and they pull down on it with their right hand and go toot toot. I don't see that piece of string, or cord, or whatever you want to call it. The pull string for the horn normally goes across right above the driver's head, so when he wants to pull the horn he goes anyway. Right, how are we doing? Time is, we'll drive a bit further, and if it goes dark we'll fast forward the clock. Not that you're going to be able to see a lot more anyway, but we'll do a little bit at night so you can see it all lit up in its glory. It's a nice truck. I mean, the amount of effort that the modder has put into this is outstanding. I mean, I think whoever's done this mod for this Kenworth has put more effort into it than most of the majestic trucks in the game, let's face it. It's, this mod is definitely a mod of love, that's for sure. It's not a 10-minute job. It would take me 10 minutes just to load the fripping drawing in. Oh yeah, you're crazy. Yeah. Ugh, gee. There we go. So 566. Yeah, this is going to be a slow journey. Hopefully uneventful. This is one of the occasions you don't really want much to happen. Not driving this rig. It's a bit big. Yeah. Look at that. Impressive stuff, huh? Vassal. I think the Germans pronounce WV, so it's Vassal. Like Vata, Pisswasser. Okay. Let's go into this lane. Didn't indicate button there. Oh look, oh, slow down. DC9. Recognise that one as a DC9. And the other one, oops, lane. Also DC9. McDonnell Douglas DC9. Okay. Can't tell which lane we should be in yet. Presuming it's middle lane. Let's take that. Don't creep up on me like that. I can see a car in the middle lane there. Okay. Acceleration in this is glacial. It doesn't really accelerate very fast, but unless you're going downhill, in which case that's another story entirely. But yeah, it's not Formula 1-esque this at all. Yeah, right. Time 10:16. In game will be getting fairly dark. Not understanding what to do with this because you can't load mods into the multiplayer server, and as you are probably aware, I do a fair amount of multiplayer journeys, and that is an understatement. So all this work, if that's what you want to call it, effort, driving, will be wasted to a certain extent because I can't take the truck into multiplayer. I can't pass the truck to any of my drivers, so it's all wasted. So what I'll do is literally as soon as this delivery job is done, I will revert back to my pre-save and uninstall the mods and do that. Obviously it's a very nice truck, but I've got to tell you, here I'm sweating. it's a lot of work. It's not like the others where you just kind of put it on cruise control, put it on cruise control and just sit back and go, nah. This one is like, oh, it's just constant, requires constant input from the driver, mainly because it's so damn wide, it barely fits in the lane. But, yeah, it's quite a beast of a truck, look at that. Yeah. I'm really not good at this third-person view. I know I've seen other players and they can quite happily drive for miles like this. Not me. I'm not one of those people. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Whoever did this mod deserves a full round of applause. It is beautiful. Right. There we go. Right, let's hope we fit off this turning. So, as you're aware, some of the road exits in Euro Truck, very tiny junctions. And this truck is not tiny. I think this will be okay. This is kind of like a feeder, but some of them, you know which ones I'm talking about, where it's like a T junction and you've got to turn right. Nasty bloody things. Right, Ausfahrt exit. Right, let's slow down because I've learnt my lesson the hard way. This thing does not turn well. Okay. Turn the spotlights on. It's dark, there's no street lights. Okay. Oops, that's my lane. Yeah, you really have to watch your lane with this. There's no give. It's literally the second you stop concentrating for a second, you're all over the shop. Okay. There's no cruising either with this. As you can probably tell, I've got my finger on the accelerator at all times. As soon as you take your finger off, it starts to decelerate. So it's like driving with the brakes on constantly. Somehow. It really is. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's getting dark now. So, if I was my driver in this, I would be getting tired about now. I'd say, guys, I need a beer. Really, I need to stop. I need to get a beer. It must be quite tempting, actually, with all this fridge behind him and the microwave and the TV. Didn't get any work done. Like, oh yes, I'll just stop and have a beer and watch TV for an hour. 2 days later. I mean, Christ, if your father was a trucker and he owned a truck like this, you'd be begging him to go with him, wouldn't you? Like, oh, let me in the back, let me plug in your PlayStation or Xbox. It'd be a world of pleasure. Yeah, Christ about it, yeah. You'd have, I think you'd have to literally prise the kid out the back. So, I'll tell you what, if you bought one of these privately, it'd make for a hell of a shagging wagon. I'm sure I've seen people in the States, I'm fairly certain of it, they've actually bought these and used these as kind of everyday transport. They don't take trailers. They've literally just converted the entire back almost into like an RV. And it's crazy. They just literally live out of a truck. In fact, yeah, I've seen them. They're like trucks, but they're cars. But they're the size of trucks. They're huge, but actually they're cars, in the sense that they're not meant for towing. Although they could, they're the right size, they've got the right engine. But it's basically truck drivers who've got a lot of money, and they want to drive a truck, but as their own personal vehicle. And they do this customization on trucks this size and turn them into cars. I won't do what I've done in the past. What I've done in the past at this point is to prove a point or to emphasize a point. I've gone to Google and put a picture over the top to show you what I'm talking about. But the thing is, to do that, I've got to get the picture, big deal. But then I've got to render this entire video in Sony Vegas, which will take about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then on top of that, I've then got to re-render it again in a lower thing. In other words, it will take hours on. Just for the sake of adding one picture, we'll add maybe 4 hours on to the amount of effort in uploading this thing. So just take my word for it, Google it yourselves. But there are trucks this size, like this Kenworth, that people have converted into being personal transport for a daily basis. And how their fuel consumption is, I don't want to know about it. But yeah, you can actually buy a truck like this, and it's purely meant as a car. There is out there. There is a company doing it. How many they've sold, I don't know. I wish them all the best of luck with it, but I can't say I drive one. I'm struggling as it is. I can see the truck trying to overtake me on the middle lane. I'm trying to give him room, but it's such a pig to keep this thing in a straight line. It really is. And I must be on the longest motorway in the world that hasn't got a rest stop. I'm looking for a place to pull over, check the fuel, and to sleep, basically, so that we can continue this journey in daylight. And again, all the time I'm doing this, I haven't seen a single rest stop yet, which is not good, because my throat's getting tired. And as I say, I could actually use a beer right now. It's just, really quite a lot of effort. It would be easier with pedals and a steering wheel, because with a steering wheel you can make ever so slight adjustments. But with the keyboard, it's like, nope, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, and it's never quite just right. So, that's a bit... Hello, it's a bit trippy. Take an LSD tab and go through here and pass out. Right. Okay, how are we doing? Okay. Yeah, would I recommend getting this mod? I would. Sorry, I want to flash it. But I wouldn't recommend doing it much. I mean, I would say do like I've done, which is try it once. Obviously, save your game before you do. Try it, but then kind of discard it after using it a couple of times, and remembering that you can't use this in multiplayer. Any money that you make from this is going to be wasted to a certain extent, and really for that money you're going to have to lay out for it and so forth. I would just say load it, get it, try it, chuck it away and go back to multiplayer, because as nice as this truck is, and it is nice and it looks really sexy, it's just so much bloody work trying to keep it in a straight line. I wouldn't really say it's fun. It actually feels like work. Look, the state of that. That was full lock on the corner. I can't keep to the lane. I have to slow down. I can't actually keep to the lanes on full lock. That's how big this truck is. So it's not easy maneuverable, if you follow me. Maybe some of you out there with steering wheels, with keyboard, you know, steering wheels, pedals, may like this. You say, well, this is, you know, this to me feels more like driving a real truck, and it actually, for the first time in a long time in Euro Truck Sim, this does feel like driving a real truck. But the downside is it may feel like a real truck, but the roads don't feel like real roads. We're still on European roads and what is effectively an American truck, and it just feels too big. And as I say, if we get into some tight spots with this is just gonna be not happening. And also, as I say, my main pleasure from this game is in multiplayer. I don't know why. I just get my kicks out multiplayer more than single player. So because it doesn't work in multiplayer, and that's not the multiplayer's mod's fault, and it's not the maker of this mod's fault either, it's really what's to do with SCS software. Because of that, I would suggest just trying it once, like I'm going to do, and then disable it, because that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to try this once, I'm going to do a little video, put it on YouTube, although the amount of time it's taking to deliver, I think it's going to be a long video, and then say, sod that, I'm not doing that again. It is just, nah. As to this trailer mod, well, that's something else. I mean, the trailer mod is, oops, sticking over the end. You know, that is a nice trailer. Oh, nasty contrast. But yes, the trailer is very nice as well. We on that not. Oh. There we go. Stop. I'm doing this so I can see how much fuel we've used. Or maybe it's just used like a normal truck. Maybe the mod doesn't use any extra fuel. Doesn't appear to have used that much, does it? No. So now let's move forward. Let's start to hit the top of the garage of the crane. Hello, I'd like to sleep about now. Can we not sleep on this or what? I really want to sleep. Yeah, people, why it always does the same to me. Like, yeah, look, we'll let everybody else sleep in this zone, but not you. Oh, tedious. How am I supposed to sleep here, then? Riddle me riddle me thee. How do you sleep in this? Alright, is this single player? So I'm not too fussed about the fact that nobody else can't use the petrol station behind me. Are you supposed to do it like this? Oh, come on. I want to sleep. How are you supposed to sleep with this thing? Pain. Pain. What a pain. Quick, let's get in the back. Let's have a think about this. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Quick, turn the TV over. Oh look, even the air conditioning unit's lit up at night. I suppose you can fold the windows shut. That's weird. That was closed before. That was a Sony diode thing here, now it's open. How's that happen? I don't know. I was just sitting here while I pour myself a beer and ponder the mysteries of life. And also, what's that? Pioneer. I didn't see that before. And the microwave's lit up as well. Weird. Isn't it? I've also got a temperature gauge on the wall there. That's snazzy. So many more things you don't see during the daytime that you see at night. It's like all these things have turned themselves on at night. The roof light's not necessarily about that, but that was closed before. The radio there's on. Again, that could have been off before. Lights, yeah. Cool. Excuse me, I'm just going to get myself a beer because I do have a dry throat. Right. Okay. Interesting. Shame you can't sleep. How annoying. I think it's got something to do with the trailer, but I don't want to disconnect the trailer. Actually, it doesn't matter, a single player game, isn't it? Hold on. Let's do this. Let's go back to view. Okay. Let's do this. Let's scoot backwards a second. I'm thinking the trailer's too big. Don't bugger up. let's just... No, wrong button. Wrong button. Let's do... Stop. Do that. Let me sleep. There you go. The trailer's too big. Well, it's not the truck. It's the trailer. The trailer's still there. That's good. Lucky. Okay. The trailer's what caused me not to be able to sleep. Okay. Good job it's a single player server, huh? Okay. Okay. Right. 307 kilometers left to go. Let's do this thing. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Ooh, missing my bacon sandwiches. All good truckers would have bacon and sausage sandwiches. Oh, right. That's better. Okay. Vassal. Yeah, nice looking truck. Nice looking trailer also. Just trying to stick to my lane. Right, let's get on. It's enough sightseeing. Otherwise it'll be a 4-hour video and your mothers will be complaining saying, get to bed you little shit. You can be watching videos at 2 o'clock in the morning. But, yeah, right. Okay. I do like this rig. And I think the amount of work, as I've said, that this person's put into this is huge. Just absolutely amazing. But I do have to ask the question, why? Because it's so sodding big. It really is. It's like a tank. You can barely use it. I mean, I'm not the best driver in the world. Okay, I've got a keyboard, but still, I'm not the best driver in the world. There's a lot better people than me. But still, I'm really struggling to keep to these lanes. The lock in this truck is larger than the curvature of the roads. So it's like, why do you make the thing so freaking big? Because you can't turn it. Yeah. It's one of those questions, but anyway. I mean, literally, the cab itself is so big, it feels like the cab should be articulated, and then the truck, you know, a trailer behind it. Yeah, this is quite some work, I'll tell you. I don't think we've damaged it recently. Watch me go and sideswipe something now. What do we have? 8% before, yeah. So we haven't damaged it any more than we did getting it out of the parking lot in the first place. But yeah, this is an experience. I would recommend you do it once, if only to say you've done it. A bit like going for that really extra freaking hot curry with your mate on a Friday night who promises, you'll be fine mate, you'll be fine, you know. The next day your ass is burning. Yeah, you do it once, but you learn not to do it again. It's a bit like that, yeah. Yeah. So it was definitely, this is one of these, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah. It's a shame that the mods and trucks don't work in multiplayer. I understand why. They could, by the way, but Root Killer would have to do an enormous amount of work, and on top of that, all the mods would have to be included in the multiplayer pack. Because at the moment, as far as I'm aware, the multiplayer pack, which you can get on ETS mods, the multiplayer download is small. It's really just nothing more than an exe and a couple of command lines. Were they to include all these mods, let me go in the middle lane, stop that person scooting on the inside and blocking me up. Were they to include all these mods, then every person must have them, and the install would get progressively bigger. Just for this cab alone was 75 megabytes. So add that 75 megabytes onto the Euro Truck Sim multiplayer mod, add then another 7 megabytes for the trailer, and before you know it, it very quickly starts getting 100 meg, 200 meg, And then on top of that, I'm not being funny, but a lot of people just are never satisfied. So if you give them a blue truck, they'll want the red one. And then you give them the red one, then they want the green one. Then they've got the green one, then they'll start bitching and moaning and whinging like mad on the forums that they can't put their special paint pack on. It just becomes a headache for a lot of people that really aren't very appreciative. Considering it's the Euro Truck Simulator multiplayer mod is completely free of charge, other than the fact you bought the game from somebody else, you'd be amazed how, what is the word, unappreciative people are of all the hard work that's gone into it. It's like, oh, you're a bastard, you're a dick, you're the rest of it. Guys, ladies, gents, if it wasn't for that dick, you wouldn't have anything. Stop complaining, really. Get a life. Give him some money, then complain. That's a good idea. Give him $100, then have a couple of words. Give him $500 and have a lot of words. But give him 10 grand, and you might get close to talking how you have been doing. But that's another story. So yeah, I can really truly appreciate why they don't allow mods in multiplayer, because it would just be the world's biggest headache. Because whatever mod you put in there, and then on top of that, every time the main game version from SCS Software gets updated, the mods will be updated as well. So it just spools onwards and ever into more and more and more work, and no matter what you put in it, somebody will want more. And on top of that, what if one of the mods you've put in breaks it and causes all sorts of problems, and you've got to go and bug test it now? I think the current system for not including mods in multiplayer is correct, although I will put a caveat in with that I think at a later date I would like that to be revisited, albeit it might take a year, because I think right now they're concentrating more on the actual code, the net code of having all the trucks on the map at once, and that to me makes logical sense on what to concentrate on. To do otherwise would be stupid. So at the moment I'm happy for them to continue working on the multiplayer aspect of this game. I would like to see trucks like, you know, can you imagine doing multiplayer and watching idiots trying to drive this truck down the road? Christ, you know, he rammed me. No, I didn't. I'm just trying to turn a corner, mate. It's yeah, it would lead to all sorts of ends of fun. But I think the game itself, multiplayer, would benefit greatly from having many different types of trailers and trucks in there. You know, more variety, why not? But I think right now, at the state of play of the game, I think the mod developers have got their priorities set correctly. Now isn't the time to be fuffing about trying to get mods like this to work in multiplayer, as much as I'd like to see them. I mean, I'd really would like to see this truck in multiplayer, if only because I can sit behind them and laugh, because I know exactly what a bitch it is to drive this thing. I mean, seriously, until you've tried driving one of these things, you ain't. It's yeah, it's like a boat on wheels. It really is horrendous. So, like I say, if this truck, this Kenworth, was available in multiplayer, then I would love to see it, because I would be right behind them by about maybe 400 yards, 400 feet, and I'd be pointing and laughing every 10 yards saying, haha, here's a tight corner, let's see what he does, who's he going to hit? Yeah, I think this is one of these trucks that is beautiful to look at, is absolutely, you know, absolutely amazing work, but it's one of these things I would rather look at than own. A bit like a really attractive girlfriend. It's like, yeah, it's all very well having one, mate, but it's kind of really high maintenance, you know, and everyone keeps banging on at it. So yeah, it's, you know, much as I like this truck, I think I'd prefer to see somebody else drive it. No, seriously, I would, in the sense of, I think watching other people drive this truck would actually be a pleasure. You would actually really enjoy seeing them on the road. Although it has to be said, I think the person driving them wouldn't quite think they weren't the same. They'd be clinging on for dear life, you know, with white knuckles, sweated at the top of the brow, just trying to keep it on a straight line. So yeah, it would be quite an experience. In fact, really, I'm kind of tempted to say that all the speeders and road rammers in game should be made to drive one of these for an hour without hitting anything. Any more than 10% damage to the truck and you're booted forever. Just to learn what it's like to try and keep something big and heavy in a straight line. It is nasty. Right, how are we doing? We're nearly done. 122 kilometers. So it should take us not too long. Now, you could argue, well, why are you doing this? Because the bottom line is you can't use this in multiplayer, so it's not really going to serve any purpose. No, but it's a bit of fun. As I say, I'm actually uploading another video, so once this is done and re-rendered, it's a slightly lower resolution, if only to save my bandwidth, then I will upload it along with the other one and do it like that. So really, this is a gap filler, just a bit of fun for a change, and then I can get back to the multiplayer videos. But it makes a change, you know. But the real reason I'm doing this, and so I suppose in a way not ending the video now, is because I'm kind of really interested to see how bad it is to try and park this. I mean, it's a bit like, you know, when somebody says to you, don't put your fingers in that hole, it's got a live electric socket, but you do anyway. Like, or your mate says to you, don't eat that, it's really hot, you'll be sick, and you go, yeah, no problem, and still eat it. Or your friend taps you on the shoulder and says, I've got some really strong beer, and you go, oh, give it to me, and he goes, no, you don't want this, it'll make you too drunk, you won't be able to handle it, and you go, no problem, give it to me anyway, and then you're still sick. Yeah, that's a bit like what this truck is like. So I'm kind of thinking that I want to see what reversing is like, if only to say to myself, I've tried it and hated it horribly and won't ever do it again, and will give me nightmares for the next few weeks. So yeah, I will try this behemoth of a beast, and I still almost, we can go beyond behemoth. I can't pronounce the word. Behemoth. We could even say it's a leviathan. So yeah, you can get your Googles out and start phrasing it. But yeah, it's bigger than a behemoth. It's a leviathan. It really is ginormous, this thing. So yeah, let's see how bad it is to try and park this damn thing, because I've got a feeling the steering lock alone is just going to make life so interesting. Yeah. Right. How long have we got? 71 kilometers. Okay. Damn, can't see the road lines. Can't see where I'm supposed to be going. Why am I sticking to the middle lane? I shouldn't move over to the lane on the right. Although, in Europe, you can only overtake on the left, excluding the UK, in which case you overtake on the right. But you get the idea. In Europe, you can only allow to overtake on the left. So that car that just overtook me on the right-hand side is breaking the law, as is that car in the red. You're only allowed to overtake on the left. But in America, you can overtake on the right or left. So there you go, just to confuse you. But you can overtake on the right if you're in a feeder lane about to take a junction off. Oh, shut up. Go and see me. Go and see your mother. Go see your mother. The cat's come to see me again. Here, Tilly. Stay down there. Go see mummy. Right. I love my cats, but they always pick the worst moment to come and see me. It's like, hey, you look really busy. Let me come stand on your keyboard. It's like, no. What? Don't you love me? Let me put my bottom in your face as you're trying to kill someone on Battlefield 4. Tough, tough, tough. Yeah. Love my cats. Okay, 35 kilometers left to go. Cruising down the road. Yeah, I'm not entirely certain whether I like this. The dashboard, the wooden inlay, is I presume supposed to be some sort of mahogany stroke wooden inlay. In real life it might look nice, but in this, you know, they've kind of gone for the old Jaguar wooden cedar kind of inlay, and in real life I think that looks quite nice, but in this it doesn't. It just looks like red and nasty. Yeah. Right. This looks like a bit of a drop. Mind our speed, because we know exactly how much this truck loves to accelerate down the hills. The steering lock of a Titanic. It's difficult. Right, speed 60 max. Let's do 40. Let's try to stick to a lane. Not easy. I'm just not even going to try and bother looking behind me. If that trailer scrapes, so be it. Just oops. Okay. Hoorah, managed to get through the lights. Okay. Didn't even take the car out, which was trying to overtake me on the outside. Well, here comes the moment of truth. Trying to reverse this sucker is not going to be fun, because we have an extended size trailer, and we most definitely have an extended size cab. Oh, God help us. Let's slow down a little bit, because I think we are going to need every millimetre of road distance here. Okay, we need to turn right coming up next. And a car just went down. Lights are on green. But no doubt they'll change. Yep, knew it. Okay, let's just stop a little bit short so we can use the swing. But there we have it. There's our truck. So far relatively undamaged. I'm sure we will cause a few scratches going around the next corner. It's got enough lights on the top, hasn't it? Looks like the what's the word? The Imperial starship from Darth Vader from Star Wars. Right, here's the bit we don't like. Don't even want to know what the trailer's doing. I can see the trailer in the distance just clipping their curb. Yeah, we have a long trailer here. Oh, another sharp corner. Oh, this is going to be so sweet. And yeah, this is one of those trucks where people with red flags walking in front of you is an absolute necessity. There's no doubt about it. Did I cut the corner? I got no chance. I mean, forget doing lazy corners with this thing. It's just the way it is. Oh jeez. Oh, of course we're in single player. Which means I can be lazy. But still, I'm not going to. I'm going to try and reverse this, just for the fun of it. And I've got a feeling it's going to be nasty. Right, we need to get ourselves as much space as we possibly can. Let's go that way. So put in a little bit. Right. Oh God, it's going to be yuck. This is going to be one of these. Oh, we're going to be here for years, aren't we? Holy crap. Okay. I'm not even certain if it's spinning the trailer backwards, is it? It is, but I mean, ooh, come on. Stop. Whoa. I tell you, if you can park this thing, parking anything after this is going to feel like a walk in the park. They'll be like, yeah, we park that? Yeah, no problem. This thing is a beast. Look at the size of it, man. It's ginormous. Right. Okay. Okay, we're getting there slowly. I do say slowly. It's going to be a 500-point turn on this. Let's take it in that way a bit. Stop. And this way. It's all about trying to push that rear end round, isn't it? Because how many wheels have we got on the back there? 4 on that trailer. Oh, blimey. This is a rig and a half, this is. Okay, again. Bit by bit by bit. Getting there. But it really is a beast of a process, you know? That way, no, done the wrong way. No. That way. Right. Okay. Slowly but surely. I mean, I think within about another 2 hours in real time we'll do this is not... Oh, yeah. Can you imagine doing this in multiplayer? Watching people there for 2 hours going backwards and forwards? It's bad enough as it is, as little ones. There. Right, we're going to go that way. No, we need to go more forwards. If only because... That way? Oh, brain's just gone to sleep. Is it that way? Yeah. Now watch out for the one on the side. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a piggy. This is... I don't even know if you can do this. Because of those crates on the side of this truck. Whoa. What do you think? I mean, really, this is just... There is one way. There's one way to do this. Whoa, stop. What you have to do... I have seen one possible way of doing this. But it's not... What I would recommend is disconnect the trailer, take the cab out as best as you can. We'll see what I'm doing in a minute. I think this is going to be the only way to do it, is do it around here. Whoa! Do it around here. Give yourself a bit of swing room. Come back. Whoa, size of the swing on this man. Stop! Oh, shit. Oops, brakes. Right, pull out. And do it that way. Oh, evil. Don't want to touch the other trailer too much. Oh, tight squeeze, tight squeeze, tight squeeze. Wee. Oh. How's it looking? Pretty horrible, but not that bad actually. So now we do it again. God, blimey. I mean, this is, guys, work. I mean, really. Stop. Right, and again. Oop, wait. Oh, yes. And we've done it. Oh, that was a lot of work. But I don't mind. You know why? Because I think the amount of work I just put into parking that is about 1,000th of the work that the guys did in doing this mod. So if it took me a few minutes of huffing and puffing to part this, I think it was well worth it, because the amount of detail that the guys have put into this mod have blown me away. So okay, I did maybe mock that one a little bit, which is not good, but I really think that is quite an awesome mod. Let's go and grab ourselves a photograph while we're kind of here. But I think it's fairly safe to say that I won't be doing that again. That's like not going to happen. Not in my lifetime. No. It's a bit too dark, I think. There's that sun up there is a pain. Let's go there. Okay. Let's just do it. I don't think it's going to make much difference. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Done. So, ladies and gentlemen, someone's got to drive. Let's drop that thing off. Oh, excellent. I don't think so. And yeah, we earned like nothing. But yeah, that's the Kenworth 900L long. Beautiful piece of work, absolutely beautiful. And the trailer, which, let's have a look at this, so the proper names. So the two mods are the Kenworth Long Stas 556, I think it's Dimitri Fix, and the Faymanville LT1030 trailer mod. Yeah, that was quite a trip, hey? So we've done it, we've finished. Time to upload it, render it. Ugh. Time to go and get a beer after that. So we say, hey, you want to go for a drive tonight? No. No, I don't. I've had enough. I'm retiring. I mean, really, I do love this truck. I mean, it is an awesome amount of work. I mean, come on. How can you not like that? I mean, it's just... is that a bowl of soup there? What is that? Oh, it's a bowl of cereal inside the cabinet. That's what it is, right? Bowl of cereal. Microwave all lit up, the truck. And again, oh, I see. See how we get closer? It's now opened up. Didn't do that before. Before it's closed. Now it's opened up again. Yeah, I think this is a beautiful mod. Beautiful truck. The Kenworth 900L, but I don't think we'll be driving it again. Not for a while. It's not unless they widen the roads. Right. Okay, thank you all for watching. I'm going to upload this now. It should be done by tomorrow morning, or maybe tomorrow evening. It's just like the video. Sorry, just like the truck, just like the trailer. It's going to be a hell of a long one. But I hope you enjoyed that. It was different. It was interesting. But yeah. Okay. Have fun. This is DJ Across. Catch me on Euro Truck Radio. I'll be around. But yeah, that was... I need a beer. Okay, have fun. Ciao.